Hello and welcome, I'm Zeke from Food as Fuck, and this is vlog 6. Drop the bass. So today's vlog is actually a request. So I was talking with a friend of mine, her name was Taylor, and she asked me what are some good tips to cook rice on the stove? Like if I don't have a rice cooker, how can I cook rice without messing it up? So today, making this video for Taylor, I'm going to be talking about a few different ways to make rice. I think I'm going to talk about 4 different ways to make rice, and they're all easy and they should be foolproof. And hopefully, it'll make you want to cook rice without being too intimidated by it. Intimidated by it. Easy. Intimidated by it. No? Okay. In today's video, I'm actually going to be using a few props here to help me demonstrate or make my points hopefully better, because I have a lot of rice in the fridge and I don't really need to cook any rice. So I'm going to be using this pot, this lid, and this mug to make a few points. Before we start, however, we are going to talk about a few rules that we are going to have to lay down. I lay down the law! So one of the most important rules that we are going to be talking about today is once we put the lid on the pot, you don't touch the lid. Like, don't touch it. Like, don't touch it. So until the rice is absolutely done in all 4 different ways that I'm going to talk about today, you are not to take off the lid. Very important. The other very important rule is whatever it is that you're going to be using to measure your rice should be the same thing that you're going to be using to measure your water. So if in today's case I'm using this mug, if I'm going to be putting 1 mug of rice, that means I'm going to use the same mug to say 1 water, right? So use the same vessel to measure out both the rice and the water. Last rule, if the kind of rice that you're going for is fluffy, light, beautiful white rice, what you want to do is you want to wash the rice before you cook it. So personally, I usually wash it about 4 to 6 times, but generally you just want to get the starch out, right? So just wash it under cold water until you can get all the starch out of it, usually until the water runs clear, and it's never going to be 100% clear unless you wash the rice for maybe, I don't know, 2 days straight. So yeah, just wash the water until you get most of the starch out and you should be okay. So I'm going to split the 4 methods into 2 groups. So one group is going to have a certain ratio that you're going to be using for that, and the other group is going to have another ratio that we're going to be using for that. So what I mean by that is one group is going to have a 1-to-2 ratio, that means 1 cup of rice to 2 of water, and the other group is going to go with a 1-to-1. And I'll show you how to cook 2 different ways with this ratio and 2 different ways with this ratio, and they're both easy. Group A method number 1. Alright, so the first method is very simple, very straightforward. This is in the group that is 1-to-2. So 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. So very simple. And you can actually start this method with boiling water if you want to, or you can go classic cold. It really doesn't matter because in the end it's all going to be the same. So you're going to put your water in, that's 2 water. Then you're going to put 1 rice. And then you're going to throw a pinch of salt. And then you're going to bring this up to a boil, cover it, and you are not going to take the heat down. Just imagine that there's a stove here, and you're going to put this on high heat. You're not going to bring this down to a simmer. You're not going to go to medium heat. And the golden rule, you don't take the lid off. Please don't take the lid off. And you're basically just going to boil the rice for 10 minutes. That's it. Then you just fluff it out with a fork into a plate, and you are done. Method number 1, finito. I don't know why I said that. And you're done. Method number 1. Group A method number 2. All right, this is the second method. It takes a little bit longer, but still it's foolproof, very easy to make. So remember, we're still in the 1-to-2 ratio. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. So you start this with cold water. You're gonna put in your 2 cups of water, your 1 cup of rice, pinch of salt. You're gonna put the lid on and not touch it ever. Well, not ever, but you're gonna put the lid on and just don't mess around with it, right? Put it on high heat until it gets to a boil. Once it hits a boil, put it down on low for a simmer, and then leave it for 15 minutes. During the 15 minutes, do not touch the lid. No! Now, once the 15 minutes are up, you still don't touch the lid. Just turn the heat off, take the pot off the hot stove, and just then leave it for 10 minutes. Then lift the top off finally, and you have rice! That's pretty much it. Method number 2, done. Group B, method number 1. This is the other ratio now. So in this ratio, we're going to 1 and 1. So 1 cup of rice to 1 cup of water. And yes, that works. Trust me, it is awesome. And actually, I think you'll dig this method much better because it's cool. So you're gonna take your 1 cup of rice, your 1 cup of water, and you are not going to boil it here. What you want to do is you want the water to just start simmering. You should see the simmer start around the edges of the pan on the inside, and then slowly it'll start to get more aggressive and then transform into a boil. So once you start to see that simmer getting a little bit more aggressive, remember you don't want to boil it, right? You want to just get it before that stage. So once you reach that point, just turn the heat off, and then all you want to do is you are going to be using a towel. So get a towel, cover your pan, get the lid, put it on, make sure that the lid is nice and sort of secure in there, and then just turn your oven to the lowest possible heat that it'll go to. So I would even suggest that you would take the pot into the smallest eye that you have on the stove, and then just put it for as low as you possibly can. And you only need to leave this at that state for 10 minutes. So this is a secret sushi chef technique. Group B method 2. So the last technique I'm going to show you is awesome. It's a classic, and it works with the 1-to-1 ratio, and it is easy. So you are going to start with your water. So take the water into your pot. You're going to add a pinch of salt, and then you're gonna add a knob of butter. Now the butter is optional, but I sort of like the flavor that it adds to the dish too, but you don't have to put it if you don't really want it. I would say about a tablespoon of butter. And then you are going to wait for the water to boil. Once the water boils, you are going to add your rice, and then you will give it a stir for a second or two. Cover your pot, and again, magic rule today: don't touch the lid once you put it on there. And here's the magic number for this recipe: you are going to leave it on there for 6 minutes. Oh, you are going to bring this down to a simmer, right? So once it hits boiling point, you're going to put it down to a simmer, very low heat, and then you're going to leave it in there for 16 minutes. Once it's done, again, don't touch the lid. Just take it off the heat and leave it for 10 minutes, and it should be perfect. That's all there is to it, really. Yeah. That's it.
Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, donne e ragazzi, vecchi fanciulli.
So these have been 4 ways that I hope get you guys to sort of try making a few rice dishes. All 4 of them are easy, I promise you, and they are foolproof. Just give it a try and you'll be amazed by how awesome the rice that you guys can make can be. So Taylor, again, shout out to Taylor. Thank you for your question, and I hope that you try one, if not all 4 of these methods, and I hope they work for you. So thank you guys so much again for watching our show. We really appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing us so far. If If you like what we do, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share our videos, give us a comment down below. We love the interaction, as little of it as we have so far. Thank you so much for watching our videos, for subscribing to us. Thank you for all the love that you guys have been showing us. Thank you so much for everybody who's liked the videos. Simone and I truly appreciate it. That's pretty much it for this video, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Until I see you guys next time, I've been Zeke from Food as Fuck, and that's it. Shapow!
I am the law.
So you're gonna get your pot, you're gonna put in, so you're going to get your pot after, you're gonna get your pot, you're going to get your pot. You put this until it reaches all 4 of them are easy, I promise you. All four of them are easy. All 4 of them are easy.
I am the law.
Okay, so the first way that I'm going to show you is you're going to put your rice, so 1 cup of rice. So the first way that I'm going to talk about is, so